At 6 a.m., the HOA stole my boat. I mean, they straight up yanked it from the Marina Slip 47, the last place my family still felt whole after my wife died, and they laughed about it while my daughter stood there on the dock crying her eyes out. You ever see a grown woman in a white Mercedes gloat over a boat? Yeah, that happened. All I found was cold black water and empty slip and this voicemail from Karen Blackstone herself. Your eyesore violated community standards. Pick it up from impound if you can afford the fees. She really thought she was bullying some broke single dad. Guess what, Karen? I spent 25 years wiring marine tracking and power systems for a living. That tow truck didn't just take my boat, it rolled right into a trap I'd been planning since the day she set her sights on us. Now, before I dive any deeper, let me hit pause for a second. Drop a comment where you're tuning in from and hit subscribe because tomorrow's story is one you're not going to want to miss. But let me back up a bit, give you the real picture of my life before Hurricane Karen came through and blew it all to hell. It's just me and my daughter Emma in this tiny apartment overlooking Beeshore Marina. She's got type 1 diabetes. 3 years back, her medical bills cleaned us out like bankruptcy court-eaten ramen for a year, the whole deal. But we survived. That old 1982 Grady White wasn't just a boat. It was our escape hatch. Every Saturday we'd wake before the sun, Emma would pour coffee into this old dented thermos, and we'd roll down to the dock together. Salt spray mixing with cheap coffee leather steering wheel, smooth under my hands, my girl's laugh bouncing across the water that was our peace. That boat patched up by hand was the one place I could still breathe easy. See, my old man, Miguel Rodriguez, Navy electrician, taught me everything about boat restoration. Fixing up that Grady White took 4 years. Every wire, every hose, every fitting, I did it with these hands. Even now, I wear his old anchor chain bracelet, tap it when I'm thinking through problems. That morning, it was tapping so hard my wrist ached. Now picture Karen Blackstone, 54, bleached blonde, strutting the marina in heels like she owns the place. White Mercedes boat boss plates, mansion on the water, perfume you could smell from the other side of the pier. She runs Prestige Marine Sales, makes herself the HOA compliance officer, and her whole hobby is harassing people like me, folks who actually work for a living while her millionaire friends get a free pass. 3 weeks before the great boat heist, Karen shows up at my slip with a clipboard and a photographer. This vessel, she says, nose turned up like she smells rotting fish, is aesthetically incompatible with our marina's luxury standards. I just stared at her. My boat's been here 3 years. Not anymore, she snaps, handing me a 72-hour removal notice, all smug. New rule: vessels over 35 years need a special permit. $500 a day if you don't comply. Here's the dirty secret: HOA rules only mean something if proper notice is given. Karen rammed that rule through without following any notification laws. But I didn't know that yet. I tried to fight it fair, went to a lawyer, but he wanted $5,000 up front. Money I didn't have. Day 73. I come home from a shift, empty slip boat gone. The security guard just shrugs, says nothing he can do. The impound lot wanted $3,200 plus daily storage fees. Oh, and there was Karen's business card under my windshield. Prestige Marine buys boats as is. Classic. That night, Emma and I ate gas station pizza for dinner, both of us too tired and broke for anything else. She was trying to fill out college applications, marine engineering her dream, while I watched every dollar we saved evaporate. "Dad, your bracelet's tapping fast," she said. I looked down and realized my hands were shaking. Stress makes Emma's blood sugar spike, so I tried to play it cool. "We'll figure it out, mija. Sometimes the system breaks, somebody's gotta fix it." What I didn't tell her, my Navy-trained brain was already planning something Karen wouldn't see coming. Next thing you know, anonymous complaints start rolling in to the city inspector's office about my supposed unlicensed electrical work. I've held my Marine cert for 15 years, but suddenly surprise inspections pop up at jobs I'd finished months ago. The inspector, a guy named Rodriguez, no relation, pulls me aside after the third complaint. "Tank, you've got a target on your back." Professional jealousy, maybe? Meanwhile, Karen's at the yacht club telling anyone who'll listen that I'm a felon, a danger to property values. Lost $8,000 in contracts just like that. That was Emma's college fund gone. Emma comes home one day shaking blood sugar through the roof, overhears some yacht club brats saying their parents think I'm a drug dealer. Dad, why are people saying these things? My union crew offered to step in, make Karen's life complicated. My partner, Luis Martinez, said, "Tank, you want this handled." I told them no, not their fight. But I started documenting everything, photos of Karen's boat with illegal dock mods, records of her dealership using marina slips as free storage. Louise, the security guard, gave me access to blueprints from a panel upgrade we'd done 2 years back. Here's a trick marina electrical systems use: master breakers only accessible to licensed marine electricians. Kill power to the right breaker, every fancy boat in the marina goes dark. With Pete, the security guard's help, I set up a hidden camera on the dock. Karen treated those guys like garbage. He was only too happy to help. 3 weeks in, bingo. Caught Karen and the marina manager, Derek, doing a cash handoff at midnight, slip 23. No audio, but you didn't need it. Body language told the whole story. When I started digging, I realized Karen had used the same scheme to steal 8 other boats in the past year, all from working families and retirees who couldn't fight back. Derek split storage fees with her, but she picked the wrong target. This time, a marine electrician with union backing access to every breaker and a daughter who could crunch data like a CPA. Emma mapped out Karen's pattern violations on Mondays, removals on Fridays, listings for sale the following Tuesday. She was running a theft operation under the HOA's nose. So I went to work. Started wiring up surveillance, prepping electrical surprises, building the evidence. Karen, meanwhile, escalated, fired off fake fire hazard reports, got Emma banned from marina facilities where she volunteered teaching kids to sail. The kicker: Karen shows up at Emma's school, tells the principal, "I owe money that'll ruin Emma's college dreams." That day, Emma ended up in the hospital, stress-induced diabetes crisis. Sitting there at 3 a.m. watching my daughter sleep with an IV in her arm, I made a decision. This wasn't about a boat anymore. It was about stopping a predator. Maria Santos, a paralegal and mother of Emma's friend, jumped in, started digging through Karen's business records. Pete supplied security footage. Maria found Karen's dealership owed $47,000 in slip fees, hiding boats in stolen spots. Then I started tweaking the marina's electrical system. Little-known fact: marine GPS trackers can be activated remotely using grid access. I installed modifications in the pedestals serving Karen's inventory boats. Louis and I worked nights using legit access. And Emma, well, she compiled months of Karen's social post contradictions, everywhere photos of sold boats that were actually still in the marina. The real breakthrough: insurance investigator Carlos Mendez got in touch. He'd been tracking marine thefts across 3 counties, and Karen's name popped up everywhere. 47 victims, same scam. Karen wasn't just stealing boats, she was forging Coast Guard documents, double-selling vessels, filing fake insurance claims. FBI jurisdiction now. Operation Purple Rain was born. During the annual yacht club sale, Karen's big show, 12 stolen boats on display, I'd triggered the modified GPS trackers, activating die packs we'd rigged inside every boat. Bright purple, industrial-grade, permanent. Think bank robbery meets marina justice. 200 buyers, local media, and the FBI would be there. Testing the die packs was something else. Emma filmed the test behind Luis's garage, purple explosion everywhere. Dad, when this goes off at the gala, it's going to be epic. Carlos, the insurance guy, and Agent Sarah Kim from the FBI joined our planning. Maria coordinated the legal end. My union brothers prepped backup. Pete mapped out blind spots. Then, of course, Karen tried to buy me off Derek, delivered a briefcase with $50,000, asked me to drop everything. I laughed. Tell Karen some things aren't for sale. Hours later, someone torched the electrical room below our apartment. We lost everything but our backup files in the cloud. Emma cried. She tried to kill us, Dad. Luis took us in and we finished the plan from his garage, adrenaline and gas station coffee keeping us going. Karen panicked, tried to frame me for terrorism, doctored audio, fake bomb threats. My name dragged through the news, Emma harassed at school. Union brothers kept their heads down, but FBI Sarah had my back. Karen's witness tampering was all on tape. Final prep. I watched Emma's live stream from the van 2 miles out. Karen, in a snow-white designer dress, greeted her 200 guests under string lights ready to sell her estate collection. At 6:32 p.m., I hit the trigger. 12 purple geysers shot sky high. The crowd screamed. Karen spun around shrieking as dye rained down. Her dress ruined her whole operation exposed. FBI. Sarah stepped up, badge held high. Karen Blackstone, you're under arrest. News crews caught every second. Emma grinning through her phone. That's my dad's boat in the center, the one with all the purple. She stole it from us. Derek tried to sneak off, no dice. Cuffs all around. Insurance investigator Carlos read off the charges. Emma's video blasted through the speakers, Karen's own confession echoing back at her. And just like that, justice purple and undeniable right there on the dock for everyone to see. 6 months later, Emma and I are back on the water sipping coffee from that old thermos. Karen got 15 years in federal prison, owes $2.3 million in restitution. Derek cut a deal, turned on the whole marina network. My business boomed. Every marina in the state wants a purple boat bomber system now. Emma's college fund is full. She's headed to MIT for marine engineering, already sketching her thesis on theft-proof marinas. But here's what I really learned. Fixing electrical problems is easy. Fixing broken systems, corrupt HOAs, rigged rules, predators, and fancy clothes that takes grit and community and a hell of a lot of purple dye. Now we run Harbor Heroes free electrical inspections for working families. Emma coordinates teaching kids to sail and stay safe. And every Saturday, just like always, we chase the sunrise out on the bay, my father's anchor bracelet on my wrist, the taste of salt and justice in the air. So tell me, where's the line for justice in your neighborhood? What would you do if the Karen on your dock tried to steal your family's future? Drop your stories in the comments. Hit subscribe if you want more David vs. Goliath tales next time we're taking on the whole HOA board. Trust me, you don't want to miss it.